Hello all. In this video, we'll be looking at management levels and its functions. These are the topics that we'll be covering today. What is management? Levels of management. We'll be looking at top level, middle level, and lower level managements and managerial functions. That is, what all is required for a proper management to be happening. That is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So let's go in. What is management? Management is the art of getting things done through a people. We need to have proper management so that we can achieve the organization's goal more effectively and more efficiently. It involves the coordination and monitoring of the activities of an organization to ensure that its objectives are met, while we use optimized resources and we also maintain balance between productivity, quality, and profitability. Let's see further ahead about levels of management. But before going into the levels of management, we should also know that management is not just divided into levels, but there are also various types of management. When I speaking about various types of management, it is more like I'm talking about business management, financial management, or budget management, resource management, and etc. etc. There are around somewhere around 10 to 12 types of managements. So now let's see about levels of management. Levels of management refer to the hierarchical layer in an organization. By levels of management, we are speaking about the classification of management into various categories, that is top level, mid level, and lower level. So the top level management occurs with the CEOs of the company, MD, chairmen, and etc. And mid levels occurs between among the managers such as service managers or managing directors or else HRs and all. And lower level management goes to the staffs and people who are controlling the staffs. Let's see further about it. Top level management. Top level management is responsible for setting the organization's overall direction, vision, and long term goals. So, the top level management helps to set the goals and the rules for the company and the organization to run properly. They make the key strategic decisions that affect the entire company, allocate resources, and maintain relationship with key stakeholders. As you can see, we have the entire organization has to work based on the goals and rules that are set by the top level management, and also using the resource allocations and profitability, productivity, all that is specified according to the top level management itself. Their role is to ensure that organization remains competitive and aligned with its objects. The examples for top level managements are CEOs, CFOs, COOs, and board of directors. As we discussed before, also that CEO, that is like a head of the company or at the top level of a company, and board of directors, CFOs, and CEOs, they all set up all these rules and goals that are supposed to be achieved by the organization. Now, mid-level management. So, middle-level management implements the strategies set by the top-level management and ensures departmental goals are met. This middle-level management makes sure that we they are they're able to plan up how to achieve the goals set by the top-level management. They are making sure that the departmental goals are met. That is, when the top-level management comes up with a goal or comes up with some kind of a task. So these tasks will be divided within departments, something like but the budget department will look at the budget required for that task, and then the resource department will look at the resource required for this task to run. And then just like this, the product department will be looking at how the product will be developed, etc., etc. So they have to strategize how this goes on, and they have to make sure that this works are done properly and they meet the goals. They organize resources, coordinate teams, and evaluate performances. They act as a bridge between top management and lower level management, ensuring smooth execution of plans. This middle level management is acting more like a bridge between the top level and low level management, trying to convey the information from higher order hierarchy to the lower hierarchy. They're maintaining the balance between both the managements and making sure the work is done properly. And examples of people at mid level management are department heads, branch managers, project managers. Now, the lower level management. Lower level management focuses on overseeing daily operations and supervising employees. Hence, we do know that the lower level management consists of the staffs, supervisors, team leaders, and foremen. That is the ones who are basically doing the work out there. That is to come up with the product or to work with the technical level of their organization. They implement policies, manage schedules, and ensure tasks are completed efficiently. They play a key role in employee development and maintaining a productive work environment. These are the levels of management. Now let's look at the functions of management, that is managerial functions. When we say management, we also require certain steps to be followed or certain things to be present in the management so that we can make sure that this management is efficient and effective. So management functions are the core principles that guide how managers organize and control an organization to achieve its goals efficiently. There are five key functions, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Let's look at it one by one. Planning. Planning is to determine what has to be done before, that is beforehand, before we are going into a topic or before we take up a task. The planning is required so that we can make sure we arrange everything properly to start the task and make sure we don't end up on a dead end or we don't mess up anything in between. This is required so that we can analyze the present situation, forecast the future trends, and evaluate alternatives and decide on the action plan. Planning is a function that is referred to as decision making. It involves missions and objectives and actions that to achieve them. So in the process of planning, we have to make sure we set up the objectives and we also try to achieve them. And this planning involves setting objectives and determining the best course of action to achieve them also. Now, organizing. Organizing the part of management that involves in establishing an intentional structure of roles for people to fill in an organization. So, in organizing, we make sure that we take up the proper people or the right type of people for the work that we need them for. So it makes sure that we take up the right required name or the type of person or the number of people required for a task. To organize a business well, it is required to provide all the useful things for its proper functioning. They are raw materials, tools, capital, and personnel. Entails arranging resources, human, financial, physical, and informational. Any type of resources that are required for the organization to run the task has been taken care in the organizing field. So it involves creating a structure of roles, responsibilities, and relationships within the organization. Now, staffing. Staffing is the stage or the function that is required to bring in manpower. We do know that the workers are like the backbone of a company. So without these workers, we can't run the organization or to have a task completed. So bringing in this manpower to fill the different positions is done in the staffing process. So this is done by identifying workforce requirements, recruiting new staff, selecting, placing, promoting, appreciating, planning their career, training the staff to accomplish their tasks effectively and efficiently. Basically, it means to make sure that the staffs are working properly and to make sure the goals are achieved efficiently. It focuses on recruiting, selecting, training, and retaining the right people for the right job. So it is just like what we've read about about the staffing process. It just makes sure that we can recruit the right type of people for the right job, and we don't end up with any issues or uh, any other struggle in between the task. Ensuring the organization has a skilled and motivated workforce also makes sure that the tasks are optimized and also done before time and also even more better than what we are expecting it to be done. Now, directing. Directing involves three sub-functions, namely communication, leadership, and motivation. We do know that for tasks to be done properly, we also require proper communication between the levels of the management and also in an organization, so that the requirement is being delivered properly. And we need also proper leadership and motivation for the staffs and the organization, entire organization also. Having a good leadership will make sure that the process by which a manager guides and influences the work of his subordinates. So, if you have a good leadership, it will make sure that the workers or the subordinates that are working below them or under them will be doing the process efficiently and taking up the making sure to achieve the goals effectively. And motivations. Motivation means encouraging the minds of employees of an organization to perform their best. Directing involves influencing, guiding, and motivating employees to achieve organization goals. Includes communication, leadership, decision making, and conflict management. So now looking at controlling, the last function of managerial functions. Controlling is measuring and correcting of activities of subordinates to make sure that the work is going on as per the plans. Just like what we saw before about the other processes, to make sure that all those processes are going on properly, you have to monitor and make sure to correct any issues or errors that are occurring in the task. And to do that, we need to have proper controlling uh, skills of the subordinates and also of the activity, complete activity. The controlling relates to measurement of achievements. It ensures that organizational activities are aligned with the plans. And the controlling also helps to make sure that our task or the organization's goal is kept in mind until the end of the organization's task. That is, once we end up completing the task, we have to make sure that this task is what is related to our goal. It shouldn't be deviated from the goal. It has to be made sure that the goal is kept in mind and we reach that certain goal that we had in mind while starting up the task of the organization. So it involves monitoring performance, comparing actual results with objectives, and taking corrective actions as necessary. So these are all about the levels of management and managerial functions. So this is all for the video. Thank you.